High School. I'm Maddie Diefenthaler.
And I'm Graciela Valdez. Thanks for joining us for today's Radar Report.
Recently, Mr. Diefenthaler has been working hard on creating a fresh, new Pulaski High School library website.
The new site is officially being posted today. All feedback is welcome, and if you give comments on the survey on the new site, you will be entered for a chance to win Apple AirPods. RSN reporters Avery Vandervest and Hunter Christman are offered this report.
The old high school webpage was out of date. It was just made for resources. I quick threw it together about 8 years ago, and it just needed a refresh. It needed to look newer. There's a lot going on at the high school, and we want it to be the go-to page for everything that the kids need. There's a lot when you come to our webpage, from events going on at the high school to events going on in the community. If you're bored on a Friday night and you don't know what to do, you can come to our events page and you can find out what's going on in Green Bay, in the Fox Valley. You can go watch you can see what movies are going on. If you don't know what books to read, you can click on our books tab, and we have different book trailers you can watch to find out the good books. We have resources for classes from automotive to nursing. So there's a lot. So when you come to our site, hopefully there's something for everyone. We're doing a survey. We want to know more about what you guys want in our library. There's magazines that I need to order. I don't know what the kids want. We don't know what the purpose of kids coming in here is. So we want to ask kids about the questions. And if you go and you take the survey, we're giving away 1 pair of AirPods just for the chance of you taking our survey. The survey will be posted right on our webpage. It'll be one of the first things you see. So when you come to our webpage, the high school webpage for the library, it'll be right there on the very front. Just click on it on the Google form. It'll take you to the questions, and you can possibly win. It'll be posted Friday, right after live announcements. Our website will go live. The website's a work in progress. I've been working on it probably for about 3 months. There's always going to be stuff added. So if you have something that you suggest that I need to add to it, I'm willing to take any suggestions from staff and students.
Don't forget to fill out the survey to be entered.
I don't know about you, but sometimes I get a little confused about how the lunch menu works here at PHS.
Yeah, me too. Especially the pricing and what's included in a full school lunch. RSN reporter Kayla Miller takes a closer look into the pricing to help us make sense of it.
If you are a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior here at Pulaski High School, you probably have never been told how the school lunch system is supposed to work. So to begin, the pricing for high schoolers here at Pulaski High School is $1.60 for breakfast and $3.10 for lunch. A full breakfast includes the choice between an entree, cereal or 2 items from the top shelf of the rack, muffin, donut, or a PBJ. You can grab 1 piece of fruit and a milk, and 1 juice cup. A full lunch meal includes the choice between an entree or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You can also get a fruit cup, a veggie cup, a side dish, and a small carton of milk. If you'd like to find the prices out for yourself, Google the Pulaski High School lunch menu, and it'll come up with all the prices for any other added food you'd like to put onto your lunch. Added priced items include ice cream, chips, slushies, and any other drink you'd like to add. If you have a lunch conflict at all, you can stop by the Cruising Cafe and they can get you a quick bite to eat before your next class. If you'd like more information, there are posters located throughout the lunch line that you can check out. If you have any other questions regarding the lunch menu, don't be afraid to ask the lunch ladies for assistance.
Thank you, Caleb. Just a reminder that if you would like to find pricing for yourself on the items available, just search on Google Pulaski lunch menu and click on the lunch prices portion under food services.
If you haven't heard, Pulaski recently crowned a national champ. When the Pulaski FFA traveled to Indianapolis for the national convention last week, 4 current or former PHS students competed on the national stage. Senior Kayla Reed took home top honors in her proficiency area of wildlife management and production, which was all part of her SAE or Supervised Agricultural Experience.
Reporter Daniel Kim sat down with our national winner and her advisor and offers this report.
When I found out in August that I was going to nationals, I was, very surprised because I didn't think my project was, national qualifying, but I was, very happy to know that it was.
Kayla, in particular, job shadowed a couple fisheries biologists over the course of the last 4 years. She's been the lead on our fyke netting surveys in the pond here at school, as well as the private lake in Krakow, Lake Sandia. She has developed and maintained and monitored a food plot on her own parents' own land, and amongst a myriad of other things, especially some research in the areas of fisheries production. She's done bullhead feeding surveys, walleye growth surveys, as well as experiments on trout eggs and water quality and their hatching rates.
I prepared for the competition by, adding to my SAE since 8th grade. And, from there, after I found out that I was going to nationals, I had to start making an introduction speech that needed to be memorized.
It's a pretty surreal feeling. It's the first time to be selfish for a moment, as an advisor, I've ever had a student win a national award. But the feeling for her, because I know how much work she's put in, how much time she's put in, how focused she's been on her projects both in school and outside of school. An SAE is required in all A classes, and it's excellent to see students put all of it together and truly take advantage of all the opportunities the FFA has to develop a future career, whether that includes college or not. It's a great feeling to be top in the nation.
So on stage, I was actually preparing myself to not be called out, and so when my name was called, I had like a really shocked reaction, because that's exactly what I was, because the other competitors, they had great projects just as well, and I was very excited that I won, but at the same time very shocked, and it took a while to sink in.
Great job to Kayla and all of those who were a part of the FFA National Convention. Keep up the great work.
Turning to news from our Student Services Department, you'll want to check out a guest speaker that your PHS counselors are bringing in this Sunday. Jeff Olson will be on hand to talk about the effects of anxiety, depression, and suicide. Olson has first-hand experience with these topics, having lost his own son to suicide just a few years ago. You'll want to hear his story, which includes the heights of success as a high school football coach to the despairs of losing a child.
The presentation will be held this Sunday, November 10th at 6 p.m. in the PHS Auditorium. All Pulaski School District families with middle school or high school students are invited to attend this free event. And just a quick note about the Jeff Olson presentation. Even though the Packers game has been moved to a 3 o'clock start, the Jeff Olson talk will still be held at 6.
And now for our local sports. With the fall season coming to a close, Jack Hayward will be telling you all about our best athletes in his all-conference special.
Hi, I'm Jack from Jacksonville Sports, and this is my all-conference special. Girls swimming had a few people make the team. Taya Schmidt earned first team for diving, and she even won Diver of the Year. Rachel Stumpf earned honorable mention for the 500-yard freestyle. For the 200-yard freestyle relay, the Raider team consisting of Rachel Stumpf, Ann Laura, Heidi Uranikova, and Taya Schmidt earned honorable mention. Moving on to girls tennis had one member on the all-conference team, and that was Lillian Tomaszek, who made honorable mention for singles. Girls golf had one member make a team, and that was Sadie Kelly, who made first team all-conference, and she even made second team all-state. Volleyball has a few members on the team. Taylor Burr made first team all-conference, and Ashton Bird made honorable mention. For cross-country had 5 runners make an all-conference team. Lucas Juranek made first team all-conference. Anna Balstead and Will Murphy made the second team, and Cameron Brockman and Joe Polka made honorable mention. Moving on to boys soccer had 6 players make a team. Sam Hernandez and Chase Olson made second team. Also, Brett Marbs, Bryce Wuzencraft, Lincoln Zima, and Will Stino made honorable mention. Moving on to football, the Raiders had 4 players make first team all-conference. Logan Kolbus was voted unanimously for punter and O-line. Ben Redlin was unanimous for running back. Easton Verts made it for D-line, and Brock Ignarski was voted unanimously for defensive back. For the second team, the Raiders had 3 players. Bennett Sheedy for offensive line, Jaden Lemke for linebacker, and Max Burdett also for linebacker. The Raiders also had 4 players make the honorable mention team. Dalton Winter, who caught 0 touchdowns, still made the all-conference team. That shows how great of a blocker Dalton was. Also making honorable mention was Isaac Henke as the kicker, Nate Epps for the D-line, and Chase Ranke for defensive backs. Thanks for watching Jack of All Sports. See you next week.
Thanks, Jack, for that #Raider Stung report.
Hey, Maddie, have you ever used pickup lines to get a cute guy?
Maybe a few, but I think Connor has asked around the comments and found some pretty good ones.
Hey girl, I'm Connor, and welcome to Connor in the Comments. Now, I consider myself kind of a romantic. So, I use some pickup lines occasionally, you know, like, are you Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see. Now that was awful. So I'm going to go around the comments and see if anybody else has any other better pickup lines. Let's go.
Are you religious? Because you're answering all my prayers.
Is your name Bluetooth? Because I'm really feeling a connection.
Girl, hypothetically, if you were a trick, would you let me treat you?
I don't have any pickup lines because I'm single and a Pringle and I don't want to date anybody.
This guy direct messaged me on Instagram and asked me if I needed a fake boyfriend for the holidays, and then he continued to say, I'm your guy.
I'm not a photographer, but I can picture me and you together.
Girl, are you a high school science department? Because I can feel the chemistry.
Do you believe in love at first sight, or should I walk past you again?
My love for you is like diarrhea. I just can't hold it in.
Oh.
It only works on some people.
Are you a parking ticket? Because you've got fine written all over you.
Did you like that episode of Connor in the Comments? Then if you want to stay up to date on how the segment's going and suggest new question ideas, then follow me at Commons_Connor on Twitter. That's at Commons_Connor.
I wonder if Connor has ever had a pickup line used on him. Probably not.
Just kidding, Connor.
And that's all we have for you today.
We hope you all have a Raider day and an awesome weekend.